Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to make blueberry macarons, so let's get started. The day before you make your macarons, you're going to dehydrate your egg whites. This is for the meringue. You're going to measure 100 grams of egg whites, also known as about 3 eggs, placing them in a bowl, covering with aluminum foil and poking the aluminum foil with a fork. Then you're going to place it in the fridge overnight to dehydrate. This will make a fluffier and stiffer meringue. Speaking of meringue, before we start, let's also prepare a few things for the meringue. For example, you're going to measure 90 grams of golden cane sugar and set it aside. Then you're going to wash, well, you're not going to wash, but you're going to clean the bowl and the whisk attachment of your stand mixer with apple cider vinegar. This is to make sure no grease sticks to any of the utensils. Then pour your dehydrated egg whites into your bowl and set it aside for later. But first, we're going to make the dry ingredients. In your measuring bowl, you're going to measure 140 grams of almond flour. Then you're going to sift your almond flour into your dry mixture bowl. Then you're going to measure with the same measuring bowl 130 grams of powdered sugar. And you're going to sift that into the almond flour. Mix the almond flour and the powdered sugar together just simply with a spatula until it's nice and combined. Then you're going to get out your food processor because we're going to whiz the dry ingredients, the sugar and the almond flour, until it's nice and fine. Make sure to not turn it into a paste because we're just going to make the flour mixture nice and soft. You're going to sift it again and you're going to whiz it again and sift for the one last time. The order is sift, whiz, and sift. Back to the meringue. Now we're going to make the meringue. To your egg whites, you're going to add in half a teaspoon vanilla extract and a quarter teaspoon cream of tartar. Turn your electric stand mixer onto high and whip it until it's nice and frothy. Once it's beautifully frothy, you're going to drizzle in that 90 grams of golden cane sugar very slowly until it's nice and fluffy. We're not done yet though. You're going to let it whip until it's nice and fluffy and soft. And it needs to have really stiff peaks. Right now, it doesn't have stiff peaks. It has soft peaks. So you're going to keep whipping it until it's nice and stiff and until the meringue attaches onto the whisk attachment, just like that. Now it's time for the macaronage. You're going to get your egg whites and your almond flour mixture, and you're going to pour a third of the almond flour mixture into your egg whites. And you're going to fold it in. And make sure to get out your natural purple food coloring. You can choose either the colors blue or purple. Either works for these blueberry macarons. But you're going to pour in your food coloring while doing the macaronage so that you won't overmix the batter once you're finished the macaronage. Because overmixing macaron batter will make it really soupy and it won't turn out properly. So then you're going to add in the rest of the almond flour mixture and just fold it in while also adding your food coloring until you reach a nice color and until it's nice and incorporated. I chose purple food coloring. Once it's incorporated, you're going to keep folding it in with a spatula, releasing a few air bubbles until it's nice and silky smooth, and until you can form a figure 8 with the batter. Just like that. And then stop, and it's time to start piping. Get out your round-tip piping bag and 2 silicone-lined baking sheets. Scoop the macaron batter into your piping bag, twist it, and pipe beautiful round macaron shells. And do this for 40 macaron shells. This recipe makes 20 macarons. Then you're going to slam your cookie sheets, your macarons, onto the counter 4 times on each side until the air bubbles are popped. You're going to release a few air bubbles this way. While I assemble my baked macarons, I'm going to tell you how to bake them. Now you're going to let the macarons, before you bake them, sit under the air vent until it forms a skin on the tops, which means you can touch them without getting any sticky batter on your fingers. Once they're nice and dry on top, you're going to preheat your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the macarons one tray at a time for 5 minutes, rotating in between and baking again for 7 minutes. So 12 minutes in total. You're going to do these for both of your trays one at a time. If you don't do it one at a time, then the air will be funky and it will make the feet of your macaron, which are the little bubbly things at the bottom, to rise unevenly, and it won't be very pretty. So one at a time works best. Then once they're baked, you're going to let them cool and then unattach them from the silicone sheet, just like I'm doing in this video right here. You're just going to flip them and take them off. Using my coconut frosting recipe, which you can find on my previous blogs, you're going to spread a thin smooth layer with a knife onto each macaron shell. This is so that the blueberry jam filling won't sink and make the macaron cookies soggy. Then you're going to get your blueberry jam. You can make this from scratch or you can buy it from the store if you just want to make it simple. You already did enough work for the shells. So you're just going to fill them up with a piping bag with your blueberry jam. And if you want, you can also use the coconut frosting to make a border so that it doesn't spill around the edges, but I like the color, so I just skipped that part. Once you're done piping your blueberry jam, you're going to sandwich the most equal shaped cookies together and finalize your macarons. That's it. And just do these for all of the cookies that you've made. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make this recipe soon. And in the meantime, enjoy your macarons, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!